What's good, planet Earth? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Charlie and thank you for being here. Today we are getting in some more Ren. Now it has been a minute, so we are going to do a monster reaction today and we're going to do a 3-part reaction. Considering he's just brought out Money Game Part 3, we are going to do Money Game Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3 in one reaction because I've had a load of Ren people subscribe to my channel and haven't given them any Ren. So sorry about that, guys. I hope some of you are still here. But let's get into it, and without further ado, let's go.
Was it always true? Was it me or you?
It's a strange time we're living in. War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, strive, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose who's fooling who. A ball chained to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole world burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns. But money was invented for trade. But now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, right.
Damn. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on so far. So it's talking about money being invented for trade, which is right. It was like an IOU essentially, but it's become something way more sinister than that and would turn a saint into a sinner, all the rest of it. Now, obviously, let's talk about the symbolism a little bit. He's come in, he's got this rope, which is sort of tying up, and I'm assuming the guy playing the guitar is supposed to be him. He's playing two roles here. One is the guy with the rope, and the other guy is the guy that's tied up by the rope. The rope, I'm assuming, symbolizing money. So him maybe playing the role, I need to get a bit more into it. Him maybe playing the role of money, or those who have the money and the control, and the guy playing the song in the seat with the rope around his neck and the cloth over his head being someone who is restricted by money and the financial system and how it works. Very cool.
Sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lines, poison in the veins. But we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game.
Yeah.
Stop.
Facts, man. So true. We love to point the finger and blame other people for all of the wrongdoings, but actually what it takes is for everyone to stop playing the game. But you can't, because, you know, we've all got to survive. There's only so much you can do within a system that keeps you better. I've said this in another reaction. I can't remember what it was to, but you know, you have a certain amount of freedom within the system that you live, but we're all participants. That's how it's been designed. We have to be participants in this money game to survive. So it's a difficult one, but we end up pointing the fingers everywhere else. Why, you know, we're held down and trapped in this system, where actually we're still playing the game. It's facts, man.
Mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game. Stop.
Shit me up.
Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate. When they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. I say badly through gritted teeth, that's my right to hate, that's freedom of speech. But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the middle class savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant. Cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent, I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome, and also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we make the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat, the same old TV shows repeat, yeah, we would.
That's so true. We seem to have this sort of collective amnesia where we can look at the past and these atrocities that happen and be like, oh, that was bad. We'll never let that happen again. But don't realise that most people fail to apply it to modern day scenarios and that it's happening all over again. But what happens is we tend to be confused by the propaganda and the narrative, and we completely miss that actually it's the same thing going on, because what they don't teach you about is how it happened in the past. You might learn in history lesson that it happened. You might learn the details of I know that I learned about the Second World War in school. But what you don't learn is the run up to it. You don't learn how people were manipulated. You don't learn that bit, and that's the important bit, because that is what empowers you to see it coming in the future. And we don't. We miss that. We know that it happened, but we can't see it coming in the future.
History's pain, and yet we make the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat, the same old TV shows repeat, yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions aren't our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right, in the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
You just stab him.
This old money game.
Hang on, what happened there? Were the eyes on him before? Right, so he's drawn eyes on him. And giving the guitar back. Go.
This old money game.
Yo. Right, so let's figure this out. So he drew eyes on the guy whose head was covered, because if we actually wanted him to see, it would have cut holes in the thing. But it's like maybe the illusion of seeing. So I'm just trying to figure out who Ren is representing. I don't think he represents money. I think the rope represented the money, but I think he is maybe playing the part of anyone blaming other people. I think maybe that's what the person in the white playing is all the people that we bash and blame for all of the problems. I'm not sure. And use money to justify it. And I'm also trying to figure out what the petrol can was about, or the gas can, depending on where you're from. It felt like to me, maybe if it is the case that the person in the white with the sheet over his head did represent the people that we tried to blame, or the things that we tried to blame, immigrants, like he said, or whatever it may be, he wanted to burn that down. But actually, what he really needed to do was uncloak himself, pour the gasoline on himself, not literally burn yourself, but burn your own ideas, burn your own shortcomings. Look at yourself first and destroy the unhelpful things within you that are also a part of the problem. You need to start with yourselves. I learned this a long time ago. I almost killed myself, quite literally, looking outwardly at all of the problems in the world. And I thought, well, hang on a minute, who am I? At the time, I was a jobless nobody sitting on my sofa in my pants, like, who are you to preach to the world? You got to start with you and your little corner of existence first, and do an audit of yourself and figure out what are you doing that participates in this and is unhelpful. So I think that's what that was about. Anyway, let's meet in the comments, guys, and talk about it there. I love all the commentary on Ren videos because it's always so interesting. Anyway, let's go on to the next one.
Living in panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on. Needlessly bleeding resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 a storm it comes our way.
Yo, he's so unbelievably good. His way of like doing a concise commentary with hard-hitting bars that make you think, and the visuals are always crazy, but he's got an unbelievable ability to concisely send a message while making it punchy at the same time. Amazing.
No need to be unpleasant, write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game. This old. Money is a game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you.
Was that the guy that cheated? I'd be interested to know that. It'll just be a little thing. It doesn't really matter. I just wondered if that was the guy that cheated on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
This old. Money is a game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells cause there's loads on the sand. Step 1, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step 2, gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson, influencers, product placement.
Yo, like diamonds, case in point. Restrict the supply and then make people think that they're the thing to have. It's exactly what De Beers did. exactly what De Beers did. And what happens with a bunch of other stuff as well, but there you go.
Shells as you can find and hide.
Pokemon cards. Whatever it might be.
To buy shells, cause there's loads on the sand. Step 1, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step 2, gotta make the people think that they want them. Really want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a shell, then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free, it's monopoly. Invest inside some property.
Yeah.
Start a corporation,
Shaming
make a logo,
people.
do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be your new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4, expand, expand, expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. 5, why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6,
I was just going to say, I wonder if shell was supposed to be symbolic of oil. I was literally just about to say that.
4, expand, expand, expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. 5, why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6, on, sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock. 7, press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes, then run to be the president of the United States. 8, big smile, make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated, tell lies out the gate. 9, polarize the people, controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10, the world is yours, step out on the stage.
Doesn't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. That is it, isn't it? It's the exposure. It doesn't matter whether you're good or you're bad. As long as your name is in people's mouths, that's what matters, because it's all publicity. It's all advertising.
Stage to a round of applause, you're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore.
Rain, rain, rain,
Yeah,
rain.
man.
The storm, it comes our way.
This is crazy.
And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we don't blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame.
Great
We
dictator.
point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game. This old.
Mad. He's so good. Right, let's do the third one. Is that him? Can he play piano like that? Or is that someone else? The quality of the videos got exponentially better. Looks amazing. Yeah, look at yourself. Free yourself. Maybe that was him playing. It's nice, man.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 years old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Shit. Yo, this is crazy.
35, he gets a call. I'm sorry son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Do you know what I love? I love how it's just all like recorded live. Like it's just got a lapel mic and you can hear all of the noises. It adds so much to like the atmosphere of the whole thing. It's not recorded in a studio and then they do the video. It's all done together. I love that. It's so raw.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck for money and fame. Cut the music.
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
This kid's a genius, man.
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Damn. Welcome to Afterthought. I'm so glad that I did it like that, like one after the other in one reaction, because I really saw the genius of that progression. The first video was really talking about us, focusing on us. It all starts with us. So it made sense for the first video to start with us, taking accountability, sorting out ourselves before we even bother looking into the world. Now, the second video was looking into the world, looking at corrupt politicians, looking at the general mentality of the money game and how it works, spelled out in kind of layman's terms, how corporations work, how we're sort of manipulated and how we are encouraged to be a part of that system. And then the third one was talking about the real tragedy of how we participate in the curation and creation of the new participants of this system, and how we sort of put those values onto our kids because we've been manipulated into believing that all of these things are important. That's what is valued, that's what you're going to be judged on and you're going to be valued on, is all to do with money and material bollocks. And we pass it on to our kids. I know I do it. That hit hard for me because my son is 6, my daughter's 5, my eldest daughter's 13, and they're all going through this process of finding out who they are, finding out what is important in life, and subsequently what they want to do. Because what you want to do is going to be based on what you value in life and what you think the world is about and what you think is most worth your time and energy to go and chase after. So it really hit hard. I mean, it's amazing the damage that we can do if we don't have ourselves right. And now that is also the genius of it, because in order to parent effectively, you got to go back to the message of the first video and really sort yourself out and take accountability for all of it, whether it be to do with finances or money or whatever it is. Everything starts with you first. And accountability, realizing where you're messed up, sort yourself out first, because you've got no hope of raising good, balanced kids with good views and good morals and a good understanding of the world if you yourself don't have that. This was absolute genius. Absolute genius. I'm so glad I did it this way. as I say, guys, let's meet in the comments again. Let's talk about this. I'm mind blown by him. He's an absolute genius. Crazy. Let's meet down there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, think about subscribing. Definitely think about supporting me on Patreon. The link's in the description as well. It's really hard to make a living doing this. Most of it gets demonetized. It's really difficult, but I don't want to do anything else. So if you want to support me in that, link's down in the description. Have a blessed day, guys. And as always, be kind to yourselves. Love everyone and take care. I freaking love you guys.